Incredible facts about prehistoric animals, from Tyrannosaurus to Megalodon. Did you know that some of the biggest predators on Earth could hunt with surprising strategies? Or that Megalodon wasn't exactly like the movies? Earth's history is marked by fascinating eras, and few arouse as much interest as the era of dinosaurs and prehistoric giants. For millions of years, our planet has been inhabited by extraordinary creatures, which go far beyond the best-known dinosaurs. From colossal marine predators to giant birds that dominated the skies, prehistoric animals offer us a glimpse into a world completely different from the one we know today. When we talk about Tyrannosaurus Rex, the famous king of tyrant lizards, or the fearsome Megalodon, the colossal shark that ruled the oceans, we immediately imagine a universe of pure grandeur. But what really makes these creatures so fascinating? Is it just their size, or is there something more? The study of fossils helps us reconstruct this remote past and uncover how these animals lived, hunted, defended themselves and, eventually, disappeared. Furthermore, many myths and speculations surround these prehistoric giants. Was the T-Rex really the greatest predator of its time? And Megalodon, how was it able to dominate the oceans with such efficiency? Throughout this video, we will delve into this extinct world, exploring incredible curiosities and demystifying concepts about these fascinating animals. Furthermore, we will understand how they influence our scientific knowledge and popular culture to this day. And stay tuned, because we're going to present you with surprising information that could completely change your view of these creatures. So, get ready for a journey through time, where the past comes to life and connects us with the wonders of the prehistoric world. Curiosities about Tyrannosaurus Rex. When we think of dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex immediately comes to mind. He is not only one of the most famous dinosaurs, but also one of the most iconic predators to ever exist. Living approximately 68 to 66 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period, this giant reigned supreme in lands that are now part of North America. But what do we really know about the T-Rex? Let's explore some of the most intriguing facts about this king of tyrant lizards. 1. The impressive size of the T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex was truly a giant. It could reach around 12 to 13 meters in length, about the size of a school bus, and weigh up to 9 tons. Its average height was about 4 meters at the hips, meaning it could look over many of the herbivorous dinosaurs with which it shared its habitat. Despite its size, the T-Rex was extremely agile for an animal of its size. Recent studies show that he could run at speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour. While this didn't make him the fastest runner, it was enough to chase his prey efficiently. 2. The strongest bite in history. The T-Rex had one of the most powerful bites ever recorded among land animals. Its bite force was estimated at around 5.8 tons, capable of crushing bones with ease. This feature was extremely useful, as it could completely consume its prey, including bones and cartilage, ensuring complete and efficient nutrition. Its teeth, which could reach 30 centimeters in length, were serrated and designed to tear flesh and crush bones. Furthermore, these teeth were constantly renewed throughout life, ensuring that the T-Rex was never disarmed. 3. Hunter or opportunist? One of the biggest debates among paleontologists is whether the T-Rex was an active predator or an opportunistic scavenger. Some studies suggest that it could have fed on carcasses found, taking advantage of its strength to scare away other smaller predators. On the other hand, his binocular vision and highly developed sense of smell indicate that he was perfectly equipped to be an active hunter. Its robust skull allowed for powerful blows, and its strong legs made it efficient in short chases. He was probably a bit of both, an opportunistic hunter who didn't waste an easy meal when it came along. 4. T-Rex, a social monster? Although often portrayed as a solitary hunter, recent studies indicate that the T-Rex may have lived in groups or even hunted in pairs. Fossil evidence suggests that several individuals were found together, which raises the possibility of some type of social behavior. This idea completely changes our view of the T-Rex, suggesting that it could have been a more complex dinosaur than we imagined, with social interactions and perhaps even group hunting strategies. 5. Myths debunked. Despite its fame, many popular ideas about the T-Rex are being challenged by science. For example, the idea that he was unable to run because of his small arms is a misconception. Its arms, although proportionally small, were incredibly strong and had sharp claws that could be used in combat or to grab prey. Another myth is about your vision. In the movie Jurassic Park, it was suggested that the T-Rex could only see movement. In fact, he had excellent binocular vision, allowing him to calculate distances and focus on targets with precision. 6. The end of the T-Rex. Like most dinosaurs, the T-Rex became extinct about 66 million years ago due to the impact of an asteroid in what is now Mexico. This devastating event drastically changed Earth's climate, leading to the mass extinction of 75% of species, including dinosaurs. However, the T-Rex's legacy lives on in its connection to modern birds. Studies show that many dinosaurs, including the T-Rex, shared characteristics with birds, such as hollow bones and the possible presence of feathers. This means that the birds we see today are, in some ways, direct descendants of these prehistoric giants. 7. The cultural impact of T-Rex. Finally, we cannot ignore the cultural impact of the T-Rex. He is the dinosaur most portrayed in films, books and even video games. From its iconic role in Jurassic Park to its popularity in museums around the world, the T-Rex continues to capture the imagination of people of all ages. The combination of his colossal size, impressive abilities and scientific mysteries makes him a true legend of the prehistoric world. Even millions of years after its extinction, the T-Rex remains a symbol of power and fascination in the history of life on Earth. Now that you know more about this incredible predator, it's easy to understand why Tyrannosaurus Rex is so fascinating and continues to be one of the greatest icons of the animal kingdom. The giant of the oceans, Megalodon. Among the largest predators to ever walk the Earth, Megalodon reigns as the absolute giant of the prehistoric seas. Its scientific name, Carcharocles megalodon, literally means big tooth, and with good reason. This colossal shark's teeth could reach up to 18 centimeters in length. But what makes Megalodon so fascinating? Let's dive into the depths of the past and uncover interesting facts about this colossal predator that dominated the oceans millions of years ago. 1. The biggest shark in history. Megalodon is considered the largest shark that ever existed and possibly one of the largest predatory fish in history. It is estimated that it could reach up to 18 meters in length, although some theories indicate that the largest specimens could reach 20 meters or more. To give you an idea, this is equivalent to the length of 2 school buses lined up. In addition to its impressive size, Megalodon had a colossal jaw. Its mouth could open up to 3 meters wide, enough to swallow an adult with ease. Its bite force was also enormous, reaching 18 tons, much more powerful than that of any known animal. 2. Feeding a superpredator. Megalodon was the top predator in its ecosystem, and its diet reflected this position. It fed mainly on whales, seals, dolphins and even other sharks. Thanks to its bite force, it was capable of breaking the bones of its prey, something few predators can do. One of Megalodon's most fascinating strategies was to attack vital parts of its prey, such as its fins, to immobilize it before consuming it. This tactic shows the level of efficiency and intelligence of this predator in the seas. 3. Where Megalodon reigned. Megalodon lived during the Miocene to Pliocene periods, about 23 to 3.6 million years ago. It inhabited warm, tropical oceans, being found in practically all seas in the world. Fossils of their teeth have been discovered in places as diverse as North America, Europe, Africa and even Australia. This wide geographic distribution indicates that Megalodon was extremely adaptable and that the tropical oceans were a paradise for this giant. Unfortunately, climate change and falling ocean temperatures at the end of the Pliocene contributed to the extinction of this incredible shark. 4. How do we know so much about Megalodon? An interesting fact is that almost everything we know about Megalodon comes from its fossilized teeth. Because the skeleton of sharks is made up mostly of cartilage, which doesn't fossilize well, teeth are often the only remaining evidence. These teeth are not only large but also extremely abundant. A single Megalodon could lose tens of thousands of teeth over its lifetime as they were constantly replaced. This explains why Megalodon tooth fossils are found so frequently around the world. 5. Extinction, the end of a giant. Megalodon disappeared around 3.6 million years ago, but the exact reasons for its extinction are still debated. One leading theory suggests that global cooling at the end of the Pliocene drastically reduced the tropical habitats needed for their survival. Additionally, declining prey populations such as whales may have been a crucial factor. Another important point was competition with other predators, such as the ancestors of the modern orca. These smaller, more adaptable creatures could have exploited food resources more efficiently, leaving Megalodon without the tusks needed to support its gigantic body. 6. The legacy of Megalodon. Although extinct millions of years ago, Megalodon continues to capture people's imagination. He is often portrayed in films, books and documentaries as a terrifying monster. However, science shows us that it was an incredibly efficient predator and a key player in the prehistoric marine ecosystem. Furthermore, Megalodon is a reminder of how dynamic and unpredictable the natural world can be. Their extinction is proof that even the largest and most powerful animals can be vulnerable to environmental and ecological changes. Today, modern sharks such as the great white shark are often compared to Megalodon, but they come nowhere near its colossal size. Still, they keep the memory of their giant ancestor alive. continuing to be symbols of strength and mystery in the oceans. Exploring the history of Megalodon is more than a trip down memory lane. It is an invitation to reflect on evolution, survival, and the mysteries still hidden in the depths of our planet. Who knows what other equally fascinating creatures await discovery? Surprising curiosities and myths about prehistoric animals. The world of prehistoric animals is full of mysteries and fascinating discoveries. Between fossils, scientific theories, and popular imagination, many incredible curiosities and intriguing myths have emerged over time. In this part, we'll explore little-known facts and shed light on some of the biggest stories surrounding the creatures that dominated the planet millions of years ago. 1. Feathered dinosaurs, an amazing fact. One of the most intriguing facts revealed by science in recent years is that many dinosaurs had feathers. For decades, dinosaurs were portrayed as giant reptiles with scaly skin, but more recent studies indicate that several species, including the famous velociraptor, were covered in feathers. This discovery completely transformed our perception of these animals, bringing them closer to modern birds than to reptiles. In fact, the birds we know today are direct descendants of dinosaurs, which means that the legacy of these creatures lives on all around us. 2. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the common king in movies, but not so much in nature. Tyrannosaurus Rex is often portrayed as the largest and most fearsome predator of its time. However, studies show that he may not have been the unbeatable hunter we thought. There is evidence that T-Rex, with its large body mass and limited speed, often acted more as a scavenger, feeding on carcasses left behind by other predators. Furthermore, T-Rex had extremely sharp binocular vision, which allowed it to calculate distances accurately. This was certainly an advantage in both hunting and searching for food in difficult terrain. 3. The mystery of the living Megalodon. One of the most persistent myths in the popular imagination is the idea that Megalodon, the largest shark that ever existed, could still be alive in the depths of the oceans. This theory gained strength thanks to sensationalist films and documentaries, but science rules out this possibility. The oceans are vast, but also heavily explored, especially in nutrient-rich areas where Megalodon would live. The lack of recent fossils and reliable sightings makes it extremely unlikely that this giant still swims among us. However, the idea that it could be hidden continues to fuel many people's imaginations. 4. The largest aerial predator in history. Another prehistoric animal that fascinates is Quetzalcoatlus, the largest pterosaur ever discovered. With a wingspan of up to 12 meters, it dominated the skies like no other animal. This flying giant was so large that, when walking on the ground, it could be mistaken for a giraffe due to the height of its neck. Interestingly, scientists still debate how Quetzalcoatlus managed to fly. Its bone structure was incredibly light, which aided in takeoff, but the exact method of flight of this colossus remains a fascinating enigma. 5. The truth behind velociraptors. Thanks to films like Jurassic Park, velociraptors have become some of the most famous dinosaurs in the world. However, the portrayal of them in popular culture is far from reality. In fact, real velociraptors were much smaller than those shown in the films, measuring around 2 meters in length and covered in feathers. Furthermore, their famous coordinated attacks, presented in the cinema, are just speculation. Although they were intelligent predators, there is no concrete evidence that they hunted in organized packs like modern wolves. 6. The origin of dragon myths. Many believe that myths about dragons may originate from dinosaur fossils discovered by ancient civilizations. When people from ancient times found large fossilized bones without understanding their origin, it was natural for them to create stories about giant and powerful creatures. In various cultures, these stories evolved into the dragon myths we know today. In China, for example, dragons are seen as symbols of wisdom and strength, while in Europe they often appear as fearsome villains. 7. The relationship with the current environment. Another fascinating curiosity is how modern environments were shaped by the existence of prehistoric animals. Many of the ecosystems we know today are a direct result of interactions between these giant creatures and the environment. For example, flowering plants began to thrive during the dinosaur era, shaping the biodiversity we still see today. A window to the past. Curiosities and myths about prehistoric animals continue to inspire scientists, explorers, and the general public. They show us that, even after millions of years, there is still much to discover about Earth's past. While myths fuel our imagination, scientific facts bring us closer to the true story of these incredible creatures that have shaped our planet in ways we are still only beginning to understand. The journey through the fascinating world of prehistoric animals shows us how much there is still to learn about our planet's past. These creatures, which once dominated the Earth, continue to surprise us with their stories of survival, adaptation and mysteries. From the mighty Tyrannosaurus Rex to the gigantic Megalodon, each carries valuable lessons about evolution, extinction, and the impact of environmental change. But what's most impressive is realizing how these discoveries not only explain the past, but also help shape our future. Knowing more about the extinction of these species, for example, alerts us to the importance of preserving ecosystems and protecting the forms of life that still exist. After all, what we learn from the past can be crucial for the future of life on the planet. If you enjoyed exploring these incredible curiosities, be sure to subscribe to the channel. This helps us to continue bringing content like this to you. And, of course, like and share this video with friends who also love learning about the world of prehistoric animals. How about leaving in the comments which of these giants you found most fascinating? We look forward to hearing your opinion.